Hey everybody, this is Tim Hinton, the Beast of the Marching Arts. I hope you're having an awesome day. So here we are again, my least favorite day of the year. Well, one of my least favorite days of the year because it's the day after the Super Bowl halftime show and everybody is up in arms. And this happens every single year. And so I just want here to remind you of something. I have a totally different perspective on this than I used to. And if you are someone that has ever produced or tried to produce a show at a very high level, then you know that there absolutely could not be a more thankless job in the whole world than whoever has to create the halftime show at the Super Bowl. It's this giant event, worldwide audience, TVs in the millions, and you are trying to make everybody happy. And it is absolutely impossible. So those of you that are sitting here making all kinds of crazy, upset comments and posts, I wish you would really get a little perspective. So here's my perspective on this. Okay, women empowerment. There were women everywhere dancing in all kinds of different ways. That's awesome. Or is that too much? Is it too sexy? And then where are all the guys? Well, here come the guys, but then they're not dressed the way I like. Or they're lip syncing the whole thing, so it's not really real. But then you know what? If they had tried to sing live, then everybody would be complaining about how horrible it all sounded. It's a thankless job. There is no way that you could ever do it in a way that makes everybody happy. So try to get some perspective. As somebody who has tried to produce shows and talks to a lot of people who do produce shows, it's so hard to do. Listen, I heard an NPR interview even with the guy who was the groundskeeper. It's amazing. He's 90 years old. He has been the main groundskeeper in charge of the grounds for the turf that the football players play on. And he said not only is it so impossible to try to get this right, by the way, he turned 90 on Super Bowl Sunday. It was very cool. He said not only is it impossible to get the turf right, but at halftime, they pull out these giant stages that weigh tons and tons, and somehow they're going to bring them out, lay them on the turf, bring all these performers, all the crowd, whoever's on stage, they're going to do all of this within a time frame. Boom, they turn it on at the right moment. It happens. The performers go, then they have to pick it all off, get it off the stage, and have the field be back in playing condition. And everybody's going to complain about every single little part of it. So if you're one of those people, I'm sorry to say, that is making all kinds of cynical comments today, I really think you need a perspective change. Imagine how hard. It's a monumental task. You know what I thought? I was watching the thing and I thought, I can't believe how hard they're working. Like, this was my takeaway. I mean, I'm getting emotional thinking about it right now, but I thought, I can't believe how hard they're all working. I mean, the dancing. Yes, this was cultural dances from around the world. It might not be something you know. It might not be something you're comfortable with. One person thought it was too sexy. Somebody thought her costume wasn't sexy enough. You can't win. But I sat there thinking, the level of performance and execution and excellence and how hard those performers, the energy and the effort and the passion that I saw coming off the stage, that's what I came away with. And then as somebody who's produced shows, I sat there thinking, I can't believe they pulled this off. I mean, they brought these stages out in the middle of the field in a time frame, in the dark. They set it up. It worked. They picked them up. They took them all off. No performers were injured that we're aware of. The crowd left the stage and they had the field ready for it. I mean, it's unbelievable that they pulled this off. So I'm sorry if you were offended. It's too bad if you didn't like the dancing, you didn't like the pole dancing. Hey, listen, you know what? We were sitting there watching and somebody goes, I think J-Lo just had a movie out where she's a pole dancer. I would not be surprised if there was something in her contract that her Hollywood studio required her to pole dance. So come on, people. You can't sit here and say how tacky it was and, oh, the children. Come on, you have to look at this from a bigger perspective. Okay, I think it was impressive. I loved the energy and the passion and how hard those performers were working. Could you see those dancers? And yes, they weren't playing those horns, but there were horns on stage. I mean, you can't make everybody happy. I thought they were amazing. Okay, did I love every second of it? No. But was it a monumental feat? Performed at a very high level? Yes, that's what impressed me. So let's get some perspective, people. Enough with the cynical comments. We're not going to make everybody happy. That's a job I would never want. And by the way, there were marching arts and band people involved. Okay, and every year at the Super Bowl, there might be some guard people tossing things in the back, or there's drummers on stage. This year, there were members of the Miami band and others involved. Okay, so they try. They get us involved. My hat's off to everybody that was part of it in any way. What a monumental task. So I'm impressed that they pulled it off. And I got to sit in my living room with my friends and enjoy it. You know, and did I love every choice they made? No. But that's true of every show I've ever seen in DCI, marching band, Winter Guard. I don't love every choice they made. But I'm going to try to have the perspective of like, wow, look what the effort that went into learning this, practicing this, putting this out there, making it entertaining. That's the perspective we need. Come on, people. Less cynicism, more hooray for those performers. They were bold. They knew it was a setup. They knew that everybody was not going to like it, but some people would. I thought it was awesome. So thanks everybody for watching this. Have an awesome day. Let's get a better perspective. Let's root each other on. Let's support each other. They were performers. They were musicians. They were dancers. They were singers. They were on stage. They put on a show. I had fun watching it. Good for them.